Good evening and welcome here to Guiseley AFC Radio, here for the Vanarama Conference North game between the Lions and Colwyn Bay on Tuesday, the 9th of September. It's one of these wonderful Tuesday evenings here at Nethermoor, and Colwyn Bay always seem to come to us during the week and always seem to be coming to Guiseley on the back of a improved turn of form, or return of form. They a couple of weeks ago were beaten 5-0 by Fyle, but since then it's still been joy and happiness for them, while as for us it's been a little bit more choppy waters. I'm Colin Robertson. Alongside me tonight is Tom Feeney. We're going to be bringing you live match commentary throughout this evening's big game. So Tom, welcome. Another tough game this, isn't it? And just at the time, a couple of weeks ago, we thought Colwyn Bay were looking like a struggling side. They go and turn it around, and how?
Yeah, well, hello, and Guiseley a couple of weeks ago, it looked like it was just going to be a really easy season. Guiseley were going to get first place, automatic promotion, jobs are good, and then them last two home games really just brought us back down to earth. And like Mark Barrows said before, it seems to be like a reality check, and in the grand scheme of things, that could be a positive, because the way that Guiseley have played in them two games, the game on Brackley on Saturday, it looked like they'd received that wake-up call, a fantastic performance, a big 3 points away from home tonight, get the win here, get back to winning ways at Nethermoor.
Well, that's certainly the tonic, or certainly would be another tonic for us. We'd lost our last two home games here. Of course, Gainsborough Trinity, the team that Colwyn Bay beat 4-1 at the weekend, beat us 3-1 here. And then Gloucester City on Saturday, a week ago on Saturday, 4-1 at home. That was a real eye-opener, wasn't it, for us?
Yeah, I think when you looked at the performance, it's something when you lose 4-1 to Gloucester City, and really you have to say that seemed to be the fair result. There were one or two chances for Guiseley where it could have swung things, but really in terms of the full 90 minutes, Gloucester City, they had the better chances, they were the better team, and Guiseley, they just never really got going. And tonight it's all about just getting going, beating Colwyn Bay, getting another 3 points at Nethermoor, and then moving on towards the rest of the season.
Well, hopefully we'll improve on the last home performance, but we didn't need too much improvement on last Saturday's game at Brackley, a 3-0 victory for the Lions at Brackley Town, a place that was always difficult to go. Admittedly, this season Brackley are finding life a little more difficult in the Vanarama Conference North than previous campaigns, but it was a great return for Josh Wilson, who was in fine form. Adam Boyes got on the score sheet. Jake Lawler scored an absolute beauty, although Mark Bauer did doubt whether he actually meant it after the game in the post-match interview. And Ollie Johnson coming off the bench as well, scoring a much needed or deserved third goal over the course of the 90 minutes. The team sheets are in, so let's just quickly go down the starting 11s or the starting lineup actually for our visitors today. Colwyn Bay: Josh Olashaw, the goalkeeper; Lanre Olapade, Louis Moss, Felipe Anjos, Joel Bembalita, Chris Noon, Tom Buckley, Obi Anuru, Aaron Ray, Mark Williams, the captain, and Jonathan Royal. On the bench, Liam Sharp, Prince Hayward, Adam Hodgson, Mustafa Sale, and Rob Hopley. Rob Hopley, who's been injured, I understand, is coming back from injury. Obi Anuru, who's somebody who's been a bit of a thorn in our side over previous campaigns. He's a man who's got a hat-trick at the weekend, so he'll be flying high, full of confidence after a great performance last Saturday against Gainsborough. So let's look at the Lions lineup. Stephen Dickinson retains his place in goal today. Stephen Drench is back, but he's on the bench. Ryan Tilson, Ben Parker, Danny Lowe, Danny Ellis, Jake Lawler, Wayne Brooksby, Danny Boschel, Adam Boyes, Josh Wilson, and Gavin Rothery. And for the more eagle-eyed of you, you'll realise that was exactly the same starting 11 as Saturday when we got that victory at Brackley. That means there's no place in the starting 11 for Andy Holdsworth again. On the bench once more, Danny Forrest, Nicky Boschel or Ollie Johnson, all on the starting lineup. And when you consider the players that we've currently got who are out injured, like Alex Johnson, it certainly looks like a very strong squad that we've got. Certainly a very strong bench again this evening. Tom, what do you make of that?
Yeah, well, I think what's the point in changing a winning formula? You know, a fantastic victory against Brackley, the team, plenty of confidence. But it's fantastic when you look at that bench and the likes of Andy Holdsworth and Stephen Drench, they can't even make the starting 11 for tonight's game. It just shows you the depth we have at the moment. And, you know, talking about Alex Johnson now, he's edging closer to full fitness. It'll be great to see him when he gets back on the bench. But, yeah, it's a winning team. Get them out there and, you know, just let the confidence flow. And in all fairness, that's exactly what Colwyn Bay are doing. Apart from Rob Hopley, who is their main striker, who's coming back from an injury, you know, it's basically the same team that's impressed for Frank Sinclair during the start of the season. And, you know, getting someone like Rob Hopley back playing as well, that's a massive boost for Colwyn Bay. And really, it'll be two confident sides based on Saturday's wins.
Referee David Richardson and his assistants James Price and Michael Brown set, just calling the two captains over to go through the starting lineups. We have had a good following on Saturday. Thank you for all those who tuned in, and hopefully we'll get a decent following tonight if you're not able to get down to the game today. It promises to be a real corker, so hopefully we'll be able to bring you that if you're listening with a Colwyn Bay viewpoint. We try and call it down the line and try and call it fair, but of course we are Guiseley, and this is our station, so you'll excuse us if there's a little bit overexcitement at any attacking play that we make. Tommy, we had one listener who tuned in, who was at the game on Saturday. Just wanted to say a quick mention.
A big shout out to Laura Harrison. We know your grandfather has begged us for that shout out. Now we've given him it, he'll be very happy. And if you want to come to a few more games, that'd be great, because we believe that you've only seen Guiseley lose once and you've seen us quite a few times. So come down a few more times. We could do with the 3 points.
Well, we'll take all the lucky charms we can get. Game's got underway, and the Lions are playing in their usual white with dark blue shorts and very dark blue socks. Playing from right to left as we watch them, and getting things underway with a long ball forward, looking for Josh Wilson on his return home debut. In the meanwhile, it's gone back up the other end, and there's a challenge for the ball from Obianuru, and a claim of handball which has been given against Danny Lowe. Colwyn Bay shooting towards the Bowling Green side of the ground, playing in red shirts, white shorts and red socks tonight, and they're a change kit. Have a free kick now just a couple of yards up from the edge of the 18-yard box, an early free kick that Mark Bauer wouldn't have wanted his side to concede, and a chance here for Tom Buckley to put the ball into the area. Colwyn Bay have sort of 4, 5, 6 players all on the edge of the 18-yard line towards the penalty spot. This ball on the right-hand side, right by the angle of the penalty area. The ball whipped in from Buckley. Goes through everyone. Stephen Dickinson misjudges it. And a gift for Colwyn Bay. And a goal for Tom Buckley. Barely 1 minute into the game. And a disastrous start for the Lions.
Wow. Well, it's a free kick. It's whipped in. Stephen Dickinson, he looks like he knows where the flight of the ball is. I think it takes a nick off a Guiseley player's head and goes past him, loops past the goalkeeper, goes into the back of the net. It's a horrible start for Guiseley. And you know what, that's just what Colwyn Bay would have wanted, and it's all the hard work yet again for the Lions.
Well, just to put it into context, guys, you haven't yet conceded a goal away from home this season. But at home, well, that's their 8th, and that's their 8th goal they've conceded in 2 games and 2 minutes. So a great start for the visitors. Tom Buckley with a goal in the opening minute of the match. And Guiseley now have to shape up to a game where they're trailing early doors. And Josh Wilson attempts to win the ball on the halfway line. He's tackled by Lanray Olapade. And then the ball is thrown down the left-hand flank, knocked out by Felipe Anjos. It's going to be a throw to Guiseley, about level with the 18-yard line on the left-hand side. Ben Parker, the captain tonight, takes it short into Jake Lawler, who scored a great goal on Saturday. Into Gavin Rothery, back here to Danny Boschel. Boschel's ball is poor, it's cut out by Buckley, the goal scorer. He sends it forward towards Anuru. And the former Vauxhall man can't get on the end of that. It's cut out by Danny Ellis and then Ryan Toulson away. Early doors, a goal down. I guess the message from the bench must be don't panic. Don't press and leave gaps at the back. But at the moment, it's decidedly difficult for Guiseley to get hold of the ball because Colwyn Bay have possession. Olapade, the right back, coming forward, plays the ball through Gavin Rothery's legs, then square to Mark Williams, the captain. Good tackle from Danny Boschel. He's pulled back by Williams, and the free kick's given to Guiseley.
Well, that's just what Guiseley needed, just to get the ball and get the crowd to make a bit of noise, because that goal, you know, for Colwyn Bay, their hope now is the Guiseley fans will just stay quiet.
Long ball forward, it's a good one up towards Josh Wilson, taken down, claim for a handball against the Colwyn Bay defender, but nothing given. Ball's cleared up into Guiseley territory. Jake Lawler has to step across and win the ball off Anuru. And then Guiseley come away with it with Ryan Tilson. But Colwyn Bay do look sharp, energetic, willing to close down their opponents, and they've rattled Guiseley.
Yeah, well they have. I mean, it just is the perfect start for Colwyn Bay. Now they're in a position where they're a very good defensive team, and Guiseley, they're going to have to work their way through it, and the likes of Wilson.
Now the ball's just come over. Josh Wilson with a little opportunity, half opportunity really. 3 Colwyn Bay players quickly crowding him out. So Tom had to interrupt you there. That just came from nowhere, didn't it?
But you know, that's a positive that Josh Wilson has, because he sees gaps.
And now there's another good ball through here to Anuru. He's gone into the area. He's beaten his man. Good save from Steve Dickinson. He got past Danny Lowe, who was heading towards goal. Steve Dickinson had to keep a firm pair of hands onto that shot this time from Anuru. Anuru scored that hat-trick on Saturday, full of confidence. Ball goes forward again, this time another long one. Boys chases it this time. Wilson makes himself available in the area. Boys down by the touchline, goes back to Rothery on the left flank. Rothery curls one in towards the back post, headed up in the air. Back as far as Boschel. Boschel lays it into the feet of, sorry, it was Danny Bosch who got the ball back off Wayne Brooksby. He took a drive and it was forced away by the goalkeeper. It's gone behind for the guys' first corner of the evening. Fantastic play there by Boys and Wilson in terms of the build-up. Ball comes in, headed in towards the goal. Josh Wilson is there! Guiseley back on level terms. The header was on from Boys, found Josh Wilson on the edge of the 6-yard box on his return home debut. Wilson has scored for the Lions. It's now Guiseley 1, Colwyn Bay 1. Well, there's a reason he's been brought back to Nethermoor. Fantastic goal there by Josh Wilson. A striker's finish, and just a fantastic play that, because for Guiseley, they didn't want this to be 1-0 for too long, because Colwyn Bay 1-0 up. It's the scoreline that they like. They like to put men back and make life hard for the opposition. With Guiseley getting that goal now, it means it's an even game. It's 1-0. Come on, the Guiseley. Not even 10 minutes into this game, 2 goals in, 1 apiece. Tom Buckley's early free kick now cancelled out by Josh Wilson's strike from a corner. And the Lions just defending for a moment here with Ryan Tilson sending the ball back to Dickinson. Up towards Josh Wilson, headed down towards Adam Boys, and quickly taken throwing, gives Boys a chance to chase down this back line. Almost robs Joel Bembalita, but the centre-half does well, gets the ball away from Boys, but in the end can't complete the clearance well, and knocks the ball out into touch. Guys, you have a throw midway through the Colwyn Bay half. Well, it's just fantastic play by Josh Wilson and Adam Boys. And Adam Boys, he's been crying out for a striking partner. He's now got someone like that, and they're feeding off each other so well, just, you know, so many minutes in at Nethermoor. Tilson with a long throw. It's the return of Ryan Tilson as well to Nethermoor this evening in competitive action. His long throw is swiftly sent down the other end and then nodded back by Ben Parker to Steve Dickinson, but Anura was in close attention there. He's a man who's clearly on form and looking very sharp and lively in the early stages of this game. The ball played forward from Ellis up towards Gavin Rothery. Cut out well by Aaron Ray. And quickly Rothery sends it back in here for Ben Parker. Parker tries to spray the ball out to the other flank and does well. Gets the ball out towards the oncoming Wayne Brooksby, but it's defended well. Louis Moss sending it upfield. Now Ben Parker, nice little flick with the outside of the boot, sends it into Gavin Rothery. Rothery away down the left-hand side, sends it in towards Josh Wilson. Wilson's offside, and it's out for a goal kick. But another good move there from Guiseley's perspective. Yeah, fantastic move there by Guiseley. And yet again, Josh Wilson putting himself about making the defence, you know, work. And they're just in a position now where Josh Wilson, Gavin Rothery might be able to exploit some of the gaps that are being created by Wilson's running. And for Colwyn Bay, they're going to look to get forward as well with Anori, a real confident player. So it just looks like it's going to be one of them attacking games. It's going to be one end to another, and it's going to be a good night of football. Tilson now with the ball, sends it long, up towards Josh Wilson. Wilson chests it down, but can't control, does well to keep the battle going with Ray. Ray gets a good foot in. Out for a throw, though, for Guiseley on the left-hand side. Picked up now by Lawler. Lawler into the feet of Ben Parker. Parker out to Lawler. Lawler now on the left flank. Into the feet of Ben Parker once again. Parker comes through, plays it in towards Josh Wilson. Nice patient build-up play here by the Lions. Danny Boschel now sends the ball forward towards Ben Parker. Just a little bit far ahead of him, but it was a good idea from Guiseley. Crowd a little bit frustrated that it couldn't be kept in play because it was a good build-up, but certainly appreciative of the passing move.
Yeah, it's positive play, and I think against Gloucester they were in a position, Guiseley, where that last half hour, there seemed to be a lack of positivity. This game so far already, the likes of Josh Wilson, Adam Boyes getting forward, causing problems. Danny Boschel trying to find one or two of the fullbacks that are making them busy runs. And, you know, they're putting the Colwyn Bay defence under a lot of pressure. And it's just been a very good start, really, by both teams attacking-wise.
Well, Fylde have got an early goal this evening. They're leading Bradford Park Avenue by 1-0. Racked up 8 on Saturday as they thumped Oxford City 8-1. A game that was played at Marsh Lane in Oxford. So it could be a long evening for Bradford Park Avenue. Guiseley now with the ball down that left flank. Cut out well by Anjos. Taken quickly the throw by Ben Parker. And Guiseley lose possession. Josh Wilson having to stretch for it. And in the end it's out for a Colwyn Bay throw. How good could that point look on at Fylde towards the end of the season?
I'm going to say, because like they were saying, Fylde are a little bit unlucky that they weren't able to get double figures on Saturday. So, you know, they do look like quite a scary outfit at the moment. They're getting a lot of goals. The defence isn't doing too bad a job either. And they do look like one of the sides that have got a lot of confidence in this division.
Of course, they beat Colwyn Bay 5-0 at Colwyn Bay's ground. Not even going to attempt to pronounce it. And they certainly haven't been a team that have got a soft underbelly so far this campaign. Good work there from Adam Boyes. He's just closed down 2 Colwyn Bay defenders and trying to keep the ball in the middle of the park and preventing the visitors from getting any further forward.
Well, I think that's one of the benefits of Josh Wilson being in the starting lineup, because you look at Adam Boyes, he likes to put defenders under pressure. Now he knows maybe he doesn't have to run back to his original position because Josh Wilson will be there. He can keep doing them tackles.
Well, a good ball forward towards Josh Wilson. Unfortunately, Wilson was a little bit offside. Interesting little battle between Onuru and Rothery there. The two players having a good old tussle after the ball had gone. I think there's going to be plenty of full-blooded encounters and challenges tonight. Certainly has that feel of it as a game. Both sides battling up the right end of the Conference North. And a free kick now given to Colwyn Bay just a few yards in from the left touchline, about level with the penalty area.
I remember a few years ago when James Walshaw and Frank Sinclair had an infamous battle on the pitch at the end of one of the matches. There always seems to be just a little bit of handbags in this game.
Well, another free kick. Not a great free kick to concede, not a great position to concede. It's again out on this right-hand side. This is a little bit further out towards the touchline than the goal was, but a similar sort of position. A chance here for Buckley to whip the ball in. Colwyn Bay have got players forward. Steve Dickinson will have the last goal on his mind. This time he claims the ball comfortably on the edge of the 6-yard box. That'll do him a power of good. And sends it quickly downfield for Josh Wilson to chase. Forces the defender to hoof the ball into touch. And onto the top of the stand here.
Well, in terms of that free kick, Buckley did exactly what he'd done for the goal. Aimed it right at Dickinson, quite deep, but this time Dickinson, he was on his line this time. He judged the ball really well, and he then sets up a Guiseley attack.
A couple of other goals to bring you. Gainsborough 1, Tamworth 0, and Leamington 1, Gloucester City 0. Guiseley have another throw in, a few yards down from the original one on the halfway line. Ben Parker just being urged to take it a few steps back by the referee. Parker into Rothery, back to Parker. Rothery and Parker combine, but Rothery's fancy footwork can't get him past the man this time, but he recovers the ball well. Skips past 2, he's got 3 around him, gets the ball in towards the penalty area, but it was the 4th man on the overlap that took it away. Good work from Gavin Rothery. And Colwyn Bay now come forward on the counter-attack before Wayne Brooksby works back and snuffs out any movement forward from the visitors. Guiseley send the ball forward again into the Colwyn Bay half before it's tidied up. And Jos Bembalita all just settling on the ball even. Colwyn Bay nod it forward up to the halfway line. Good header from Jake Lawler to win the ball back, but a little scrappy period of play. And then eventually Alpade, the right back, sends it up towards Onuru. And it's beyond him, and Danny Ellis will collect. As we head towards the corner flag, thanks to Tony Hazel, who's just advising us that Ady's got the goal scorer that we've given to Tom Buckley down as a Wayne Brooksby own goal.
I thought it did take a little nick off the player's head. I couldn't work out who it was, but that would explain why Stephen Dickinson, it just looped over him.
Either way, nobody will be happy with the way that goal transpired. I'm sure it's not the preparation that Mark Bauer had in mind for this evening's match. But, Wayne Brooksby with the own goal is the current verdict. We'll be able to watch back the replay later. Thanks to the excellent coverage we're getting at the moment. Last couple of games and the highlights. Another scoreline that's coming, this time from York Street. Boston United 0, Oxford City 1.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Not what you'd have expected, is it? It's Oxford City leading at Boston United so far.
Just shows you maybe that bad result. It's a wake-up call for Oxford City to just, well, try and shock Boston United, who was one of the favourites to go up.
Guisey now on the ball here with Danny Boschel. He's got 3 or 4 players ahead of him. Threads it in towards Adam Boys. Boys 40 yards from goal, back to goal, sends a lovely ball out to the right-hand side. Ryan Toulson takes it down. He's halted temporarily. Gets the ball back in towards the penalty area on the second occasion, but it's cut out. And now Colwyn Bay look for the swift counter-attack again. Danny Ellis alive to the danger, heads away. Picked up here by Noon. Then out to the left-hand side where Mark Williams and Tom Buckley combine. Still in possession of the football though, Colwyn Bay come up with Olapade. And then it's played in towards the edge of the D, and Onuru looks to skip past Lowe, but Lowe's alive to the danger. And a nice piece of footwork by Onuru, but Lowe did enough just to clear the ball into touch. Very
clever play there by Onuru. And, you know, that's the experience that Danny Lowe has. Just get it out of the play, get it out of the danger area, now defend this corner.
I think it's a throw, isn't it? No, it is a corner. I beg your pardon, Tom. We're slightly missighted.
It just came just past the corner flag, out for a corner.
So a corner to Colwyn Bay. Got 1 each here so far. The ball comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Headed away by Danny Ellis. Eventually helped away by Rothery. Up towards Boys, who swiftly picks out Josh Wilson. And guys are coming away nicely on the counter-attack here. Danny Boschel, he's got Boys ahead of him. He's got Wilson on the right-hand side. Opts to go square to Brooksby. It was the right option. Brooksby's out towards the right touchline, gets the ball in towards the penalty area. It's blocked, and it's going to be a Guisey corner, and a very incisive counter-attack there. Good play, interplay between Boys and Wilson in that.
Well, yeah, it's just fantastic play there, going from defence to attack. And Adam Boys there, beforehand, he's not had that extra man just so he can pass so he can create that attack.
Corner comes in up towards the penalty spot, up towards the head of Danny Ellis, but he can't get there. It's well taken away from him. Back into Gavin Rothery. Ellis with the cross back in towards the edge of the area, and then there's a linesman's flag up. And the attacking momentum stops. And it's going to be a chance for Olashaw, the Colwyn Bay goalkeeper, to put the ball down. And it's not been a bad response, has it, at all, to go in that early goal behind?
No, fantastic response by guys that they've created chances. Got to say though, Colwyn Bay, they look dangerous on the counter-attack, and it does look like one of them games. Wow.
Well, that's just been a very heavy challenge here. Jonathan Royal in on Gavin Rothery. Royal really lunged in at that tackle. Rothery across, went to the ground. He's straight up. Referee going to his pocket, and I would think Jonathan Royal's going to go into the book for that tackle there.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's any malice in it, but You know, it's right in front of us, and you can tell the ball has just moved a little bit out of his reach. He shouldn't really be going for it, and he goes in, takes Gavin Rothery out, and gets his name in the book for that.
Well, he's right in front of the stand here. So referee David Richardson certainly getting plenty of advice as to what the decision should be. But Jonathan Royal, the first man to go into the book this evening. Guiseley have a free kick on the half, just inside their own half. Ben Parker being told to take it back. That is the wrong place. Yeah, completely the wrong place, but never mind. The linesman there, Michael Brown, set just forcing the couple of yards back. It's of no consequence. It goes long anyway, up towards Danny Ellis. Ellis heads it on, towards the edge of the D. Hoofed away by Olapardi. I think he's sent that one well into the cricket field. Hit that one for 6. Guys, they have a throw. And eventually the ball is returned to the field. Chance here for Ryan Tulson, who is a real long throw option now for Guiseley. Something that we haven't had in recent years. It goes in towards Jake Lawler. Lawler tries to get the flick on. Goes straight into a Colwyn Bay defender. Danny Ellis has to tidy up the counter-attacking opportunity and sends it all the way back to Steve Dickinson. Long from Dickinson, up towards Josh Wilson. Headed away, picked up by Danny Boschel. Well, cool and collected. Sends a ball into the feet of Ben Parker, but he's caught up field, and now it's a chance here for Anuru to counter-attack here down the right-hand side. Jake Lawler doing a super covering job, gets a good firm tackle in on Anuru, and it's a throw-in to Colwyn Bay. Yeah, very good tackle there by Lawler, because it just looked like there might be the chance of a proper counter-attack to happen there for Colwyn Bay. Gets the ball out of play for a friend, and then you're able to get some men back to defend. Now they've worked out a good opportunity down this right-hand side. He goes across the face of the 6-yard box. And it took a piece of lively defending there to get the ball clear. And Guiseley now again have to defend as Colwyn Bay have the throw on the right-hand side. And look to get the ball into the Guiseley area with good work here from Mark Williams. Williams gets past Lawler, goes to ground, but it keeps on going, gives it to Ray. Ray sends it into the feet of Buckley rather. Buckley slips. Now Guiseley can counter-attack. Danny Boschel out to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby's got 2 ahead of him, and Ryan Tilson on the overlap. Brooksby's ball to Tilson. Looks like Brooksby might have just pulled back on the Colwyn Bay man. Referee didn't see it though, and it continues in Guiseley's favour. Boschel, square to Lawler. Guiseley have got plenty of red shirts between them and the Colwyn Bay goal. And just have it about level with the edge of the centre circle at the moment. Trying to eke out an opportunity, which they try down the right-hand side with Wayne Brooksby. But a good tackle comes in from Noon. It'll be a throw, though, and another chance for Ryan Tilson to lob one in. A long throw. Certainly adds a different dimension to our attacks, doesn't it? Yeah, and you can just tell Colwyn Bay a little bit more cautious of this long throw. They've brought a few more men back, and it caused problems last time. Tilson sends it in towards Lawler. Lawler gets ahead on it, but can't get the direction, sends it straight back. Williams intercepts well, and sends it up to the halfway line. Danny Ellis controls, and Danny Boschel just takes over, gets the ball into the feet of Lowe. Lowe over the back line, up towards Adam Boys. Boys battling hard for it, takes it down on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's been very closely attended to, and wins the ball from Anjos and sends it back here to Danny Boschel. Boschel sends it forward. Good running from Josh Wilson into the area. Looks like he's beaten the offside trap there, but in the end the flag on that far side is raised. Difficult to tell from where we are, but there's certainly a bit of frustration down there for that decision. It looked very tight. Josh Wilson not very happy that the decision was given, but it just, from our view, it just looked like he was just onside, but it's one of them. From our view, it looks it. From the linesman's view, obviously it doesn't. Yeah, you couldn't have given it on our position, that's for sure. The free kick's wasted, actually, from Colwyn Bay's perspective. It's gone long and out into touch. Just a chance to get you up to speed with some other scores that we're hearing of. Chorley 1, North Ferriby United 0. Harrogate Town 1, Stalybridge 0. And as an equaliser for Boston United. That's perhaps the least surprising after Oxford City were mauled on Saturday. Guiseley now coming forward here with Wayne Brooksby. Runs past two, is pulled down about 4 yards away from the edge of the D, and a chance here for Guiseley to have a dangerous set piece. And Colwyn Bay protest at that. What did you make of that?
Well, I think Wayne Brooksby it's a fantastic run by Brooksby. He beats 3 men and he just gets past the 4th man and he just clips him. And with the pace that Wayne Brooksby was going at, it's one of them. He gets a little touch if he goes down because he was going at such a pace.
Guiseley 1, Colwyn Bay 1. 25 minutes gone. And the Lions having to respond to a very early setback. A Tom Buckley free kick appears to have taken a deflection of Wayne Brooksby and got into the back of the net before Josh Wilson settled things, equalised. A very similar free kick to the one that led to Adam Boy's goals on Saturday. Wilson, though, this time blasts the ball straight into the wall. Good chance for Colwyn Bay to counter-attack. They are coming forward in numbers and swiftly. But Danny Boschel's holding back Anuru on the halfway line. Eventually the ball comes long. Danny Lowe has to watch that well. Ray was lurking behind him, waiting to get onto any loose scraps that he might have offered up. But in the end, Guiseley get it out and earn a throw-in inside their own half.
Well, that's exactly what Colwyn Bay can do, though. You defend, they're defending, and then a minute later they've got 6 men in Guiseley's half, really causing a problem there for a couple of moments. Guys able to defend it quite well in the end, but it's just one of them. That's just another little warning. That's what Colwyn Bay can do. And remember, it's still 1-1. And Colwyn Bay, I think they're in a position where they'll be looking at this as they'll want to take something from this game. They've had a very good start. They're doing okay now after conceding. And it has been quite an even game, really.
So Colwyn Bay now have a free kick just on the halfway line. But they have sent everyone forward, bar 2, to attack this. It goes long in towards the edge of the D. It's flicked on. It's flicked on by Bemba later, and then it's gone out for a goal kick. Disappointing end from their perspective to that set piece. Never really threatened the goal, did it?
Well, it's just a little knock on, and you're looking at Jonathan Royal, who's the striker who should really be trying to attack that. And if he'd have just made that run, he's got a very good chance there. He'd be 1-on-1 with Dickinson. Instead, he decided to hold back, and the ball goes harmlessly out of play for a goal kick.
Guiseley restart, long one forward, flicked on by Josh Wilson. It forces Olapardi to knock the ball out for a Guiseley throw. Taken short by Ben Parker. Parker gets the return from Jake Lawler. Difficult one to control though, and Colwyn Bay regain possession. They take the ball down the right flank this time with Mark Williams searching out Ray, but it's cut out well by Ben Parker, and Gavin Rothery sends the ball all the way back to Steve Dickinson. It's a long one forward from Dicko, and he sends it up towards Wilson, collected by Jake Lawler, but it's a loose touch from Lawler. Grounds around the ground because Guiseley had a bit of possession in the offing there, and instead they're going to have to defend. It's a long one forward from Royal. This time he's overhit that one. Anuru with an impossible job there, and it's gone behind for a Guiseley goal kick.
Well, again, it's just good. It's decent play by both sides yet again, and you know that Colwyn Bay, they're asking a lot of Obi Anoro, but he's such a confident and quick player. Maybe they feel that they can ask so much of him, and I think if they could just find it to his feet rather than trying to aim quite long distances to try and get it to him, if they just get it to his feet, I do feel he will be causing Guiseley more problems.
Colwyn Bay just doing well to keep the ball moving, and the referee, to be fair, Jake Lawler was pulling back. Ray gets the ball into the area, and it's eventually pushed away, and Colwyn Bay then send it back with a long-range drive of rather ambitious nature, and it's gone high and wide. Still 1 each here, if you are just joining us on Guiseley AFC Radio. If you do have any comments, we love to hear them. Sorry to all those who did tweet us on Saturday. We couldn't actually collect the Twitter. So I was asking people to tweet to let us know that things are working, and the Twitter failed on me. So sorry if we didn't respond. But actually, when I looked back, the comments were brilliant. So thanks very much for the comments to let us know that we're actually coming through on air. At Guiseley Radio is our Twitter feed, and we do appreciate it when you let us know your thoughts, as we have tonight. Excellent tweet from Tony Hazel earlier on, just to clarify the goal. Guiseley conceded in the first minute. That was actually a Wayne Brooksby own goal, which we called as Tom Buckley. Picked up now by Guiseley. Lawler flicks it in towards Boys. Boys flicks it on for Josh Wilson. Wilson takes a shot from difficult angle on the edge of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. In the end, he doesn't connect it cleanly, and it goes all the way out for a throw-in in the Colwyn Bay right-back position.
Well, it's almost like he got caught in two minds there, because it looks like he's going to have a shot, but you can just see Gavin Rothery working his way into the penalty area, and in the end, he finds neither Rothery or the goal, and it does go out for a throw-in.
So Guiseley having to defend as Colwyn Bay recover the ball. They're still inside their own half, to be fair. Half an hour gone in this game. Throw from Olapade up towards Ray, headed out by Gavin Rothery. A few yards made up down the right-hand side. Olapade looks for options. Sends it into Royal. Royal sprays the ball out to the left-hand side, where it's taken down by Louis Moss. Chris Noon now on the halfway line in a bit of a battle with Adam Boys, and Boys wins that ball. Now Rothery's on the edge of the centre circle. Gives it to Lawler on the halfway line. Colwyn Bay with numbers back. The ball sent to the right-hand side. Wayne Brooksby collides with the Colwyn Bay man on that far side. I'm not quite sure who that is. Is that Noon or is it Louis Moss? And for some reason the referee's decided that's a free kick to Colwyn Bay. Not quite sure I saw it that way from here.
No. Wayne Brooksby's just trying to work his way down the wing to offer himself up as an option, and in my opinion he was blocked, and the referees deemed it that he's run into the Colwyn Bay player, but you know, quite a few of the fans around us were just saying, well, why has that been given?
Guiseley clear the ball away from the back line as Colwyn Bay press. Weren't making too many ways into the Guiseley defence, but a loose ball there from Josh Wilson gives an opportunity for Anjos to clear, but Guiseley recover. Danny Lowe out here to Ellis. Ellis steps up and lays it short towards Tilson, but he's played a very poor ball, and now it's a chance here for Colwyn Bay to get some numbers forward. Ellis is back, the shot comes in from distance, and it was a firm drive from Buckley, but again a very poor ball that almost led to Guiseley being undone. In the end it was a rather ambitious drive from distance, and easier for Dickinson than it might have been. The ball played forward up towards Josh Wilson. Does well to get the header. Heads it down towards Adam Boys. Guiseley now struggling to attract the referee's attention because there's a linesman's flag up on this near side. There was an offside decision given against Anuru. And Olapade rather inadvisedly kicks the ball away. Referee spots it and decides just to have a sensible, quiet word with him. Guys who get things back underway here with Ben Parker running past Ray and then sending a rather heavy pass towards Gavin Rothery, which is out for a throw-in for Colwyn Bay. And after a rather pulsating start to this game, it's petering out somewhat, isn't it? And I'll just have to stop there because I was just about to let Tom have his comment when a rather bizarre throw-in has just happened. Pardy just seemed to drop the ball to the ground and holds his head, and guys who get the foul throw and now have possession here with Danny Bosch on the halfway line. I honestly can't say I've seen that happen too often.
The ball just literally slipped out of his hands and he tried to retrieve it and had already gone out of play. And well, can Guiseley take advantage?
The ball slipped through here. Really good work here from Boyce. He's then tackled brilliant by the defender and then adjudged to have pulled him. And great frustration there because he just looked to have got past Bembalita, I think it was, and had really split the two defenders with a good surging run. Got into the area but just couldn't get away from the centre half. And in the end, a free kick's being given to Colwyn Bay.
Yeah, frustrating there for Adam Boys because it was fantastic play by him. And in my opinion, it were just both men fighting for the ball. Adam Boys did have a little tug of the shirt, but so did the defender, and Boys is punished there. I think if it's outside, if it was, going to guys in the area, the referee wouldn't have given it, but it's the easier call for the referee to give a free kick in that area rather than giving a penalty, if you're going to give that for just a little shirt ball.
Throwing meanwhile to Guiseley inside their own half. Taken and played into the feet of Gavin Rothery. Rothery now up against Royal. Royal not wanting to go in for the tackle after already being on a yellow card for a previous challenge on Rothery. Just shadows him. Guiseley get the ball up towards Adam Boys into the area. He nods it down. Josh Wilson blocked by 2 defenders fairly from getting onto the ball, and it's in the hands of Josh Olashaw. Another scoreline. Just to raise the eyebrows, as that Oxford City, by all accounts, have a second in that game against Boston United. So Boston United 1, Oxford City 2. I mean, they're no whipping boys, were they, Oxford? It's just, again, appears to be one of those rather bizarre filed results where they give somebody an absolute thumping.
And maybe it's just showing how good Fylde are, rather than, they've thumped Colwyn Bay not that long ago. They've done it to Oxford City, and they do seem to be a side which are causing a lot of shocks at the moment.
Ones to watch. Guiseley, meanwhile, defend well here with Ben Parker. Royal into the feet of Ray. Picked up here by Jake Lawler. Lawler sends it up towards Walt Wilson. Well watched by Ben Belita. Sends it back to Olashaw. Olashaw sends it long in the general direction of Anuru, but a calm header from Danny Lowe. Gives the ball to Danny Ellis, and Guiseley have time to clear their line, send it long up towards Adam Boys, but his flick on again, picked up by Olapardi, and again a poor control from Ray, and then a tackle on Gavin Rothery, and referee is probably going to put Lanray Olapardi into the book, and it's the second time that Rothery's just attracted the tackle and attracted the foul, and the second yellow card of the evening.
Well, Olapardi not happy, he's shouting, "I got the ball," to the referee, but the referee there, he just sees that he goes through Rothery, takes him out, and Olapardi's still protesting after the yellow card's been dished out, but Olapardi's been going in a few times, and now he's going to really have to control his game, because if he does that one more time, he's off.
So 2 on a yellow now for the visitors. Guiseley with a free kick here with Danny Lowe, sending it long. Headed away on the edge of the 18-yard box. Picked up now by Danny Boschel. As he got 3 on the edge of the 18-yard box. There's ball sent up towards Adam Boys. Boys flicks it on towards Josh Wilson, just a little bit behind him. Wilson intercepts the clearance, but it bounces kindly for Colwyn Bay. And then a very heavy challenge from Danny Boschel as he tries to recover the ball. And Danny Boschel goes into the book as well now. And this time the man on the receiving end of the challenge was Royal, but Danny Boschel will be the 3rd man in the referee Dave Richardson's book this evening.
Well, Olapardi literally a minute ago did the same tackle, got a booking, so the referee's really left with no choice but to book Danny Boschel, and it's just one of them. He tries to get the ball, he's never going to really get it, takes the man out, it's a deserved booking.
Yeah, you can't really argue with it, can you? We'll not be needing the video evidence on that one. Free kick taken by Olashaw. Headed away by Ben Parker. Colwyn Bay now with bodies forward and a throw-in level with the 18-yard box on the right-hand side as they attack the Guiseley goal. Olapardi, the man in the book, takes it into the feet of Mark Williams. Williams skips past the defender, gets into the area, gets a shot away for Ray, and then a second shot taken by Buckley. Buckley's drive is blocked down. Noon lines one up. It's blocked again and then sent long forward by Anjos, and in the end Guiseley, Steve Dickinson collects, sends it long and sends Josh Wilson on a chase down the left-hand side. Josh Wilson does well, keeps it in play, lays it back here to Gavin Rothery on the edge of the 18-yard box. Colwyn Bay have got plenty of bodies back now. Rothery tries to take it through the defender, and in the end Anjos is it's Olapardi rather, who's too cute for that, and tackled and knocked it out into touch for a Guiseley throw. A couple of harum-scarum moments there from the Lions. Ben Parker now on the ball, gives it to Gavin Rothery. Parker back towards Danny Lowe. Lowe back to the goalkeeper, Dickinson. And then he plays it out here to Lowe. Lowe looks for options ahead of him. Into the feet now of Josh Wilson. Lovely little flick into the feet now of Jake Lawler from Wilson. Guiseley now on the ball here with Gavin Rothery. Out towards Wilson again. Wilson having a good start to his return at Guiseley. Can't win possession though this time, and Colwyn Bay send it all the way back into Guiseley territory. Dickinson in the goal now with the ball at his feet. 39 minutes gone in this game, one each. Guiseley still looking to see if they can get their noses in front for the first time in this game. They went behind thanks to a Wayne Brooksby own goal in the very first minute of this match, but then equalised through Josh Wilson on the 36th. Wilson now on the ball trying to thread it through towards Adam Boyes. Guiseley though recover the second phase. Danny Boschel with it inside his own half. Colwyn Bay have a good array of shape of players in the middle of the park. Guiseley find this very hard work, but certainly shown plenty of endeavour and creativity this evening. Now the ball with Jake Lawler, sends it over towards Adam Boyes, but well shepherded back by Ben Belita. Vastly experienced player at this level. You playing at Stalybridge before?
I think he was, yeah.
It's a player who's certainly looked very solid this evening. Guiseley now pick the ball up here with Gavin Rothery again down the left-hand side. Only Adam Boyes ahead of him. Rothery runs at this fullback, goes in field now. Plays a little reverse pass in towards Boyes. And Belita's there again. Now the ball forward is won by Anuru from Danny Lowe. Ben Parker shows a real turn of pace to get the ball off Anuru and send it back to Dickinson, and the home crowd certainly appreciate that, because Anuru just looked to have created himself a little bit of space, a little bit of an opportunity. In the end, Guiseley conceded a throw, and it looks like there's going to be a substitute, and it's going to be a substitute for Colwyn Bay. And it's Rob Hopley who's coming on for Aaron Ray. What do you make of that, Tom?
Well, I saw the board a couple of moments ago lighting up, so I thought there was going to be a substitute, but it didn't. It doesn't look like Aaron Ray's got anything wrong with him. He's walked off. He isn't limping. He looks I'd say he looks a little bit annoyed that he's coming off. He seemed to shake his head when the decision was made. He's just having a word with Frank Sinclair now. I'm not sure what they're going to say, but bringing Rob Hopley on, if it is a tactical choice, Rob Hopley's Colwyn Bay's best striker, so in a way he'd offer something different. He's a very good goal threat, but I'm surprised the decision has been made now, unless it is something that's enforced.
You'd usually expect it to stay to the break, but Guiseley had a lot of the ball, and now have the ball again here with Gavin Rothery. Rothery coming over the halfway line. Tries to get past the fullback. Great tackle from Olapardi to take it away from Rothery. Back here with Noon. Noon and Royal send it forward towards the edge of the 6-yard box, edge circle rather. Royal intercepts the second phase, sends it forward towards Hopley, who's making a run forward already, but Guiseley intercept. And then Wayne Brooksby has a moment on the ball, sends it back to Toulson. Boschel has a big call of man on as Hopley chases him down. Guiseley send it forward here though. Nice one into Adam Boyes on the right hand side. Takes a first time drive, gets right under that one. It was outside on the right hand side of the penalty area, right at the angle of the area, and it was an ambitious drive. It proved to be too much, and it's gone high and wide. It's
one of them, if he hits it perfectly, that goes in the top corner, he looks a genius. Instead it goes way over the netting, and it's probably going to be in the train tracks now, and not his finest shot.
Just bring you up to speed with a couple of other half-time scorelines. Fylde 1, Park Avenue 1 now. So just as we were bigging up Fylde as the team to beat, they actually concede at home to Bradford Park Avenue. And it's Worcester City 1, Lowestoft 0. Now Colwyn Bay are on the ball. They've sent the ball through here to Hopley. Hopley's found himself some space on the edge of the area. Gets a shot away. He's gone over. Guiseley were napping. Hopley was there to take advantage. And it had everything but the finish, really.
Yeah, and I think Rob Hopley, if that's 15 minutes into him, he's just warmed up properly, I think he's going to score that. But just because he's just come on, he takes, quite a good first touch in all fairness, sets himself up, but he just seems to lose his balance when he's taking the shot. But that's the danger that Colwyn Bay can, have. They possess that, and Rob Hopley, in the second half, he'll be looking to get a few more chances like that.
Guiseley win a throw inside the Colwyn Bay half. Taken and sent into Jake Lawler. Lawler finds Boys. Boys spreads it out wide here to Rothery. Rothery now on the left flank. Infield to Boschel. Boschel on the edge of the 18-yard box, sends it back to Rothery. Rothery looking to get the cross in. Does so with the right foot. Cut out and cleared up towards Hopley on the halfway line. Hopley wins the header. Sends it in towards Boys. Boys is offside. The Guiseley man looked for a moment like he might have broken the offside trap. There were 3 players, but whether Boys was one of them was for a moment unclear. In the end, the flag went up and the opportunity passes. Well,
the linesman held his flag down. He was waiting to see if Adam Boys was going to make contact. In all fairness, the moment he put his foot through the ball, the linesman's flag goes straight up. And Boys, he did look just offside as well, so a good call there by the linesman.
The ball forward is collected by Steve Dickinson from the free kick. We have a matter of seconds of this first half normal time. I haven't seen any added time yet go up on the board. There's what looks like a foul from Ben Belita on Josh Wilson, but referee doesn't agree. It's going to be 2 added minutes to add on to this first half. And Guiseley now send it long and up towards Boys after a fairly explosive start. We've had few chances in this game for either side, 1 each at the moment. Royal now for Colwyn Bay. Look and see if they can finish the first half as they started it. Send it up towards Rob Hopley. Hopley takes it down, plays it into the feet of Anuru. Anuru and Hopley attempt to exchange passes. Guiseley clear. Out towards Royal though. Colwyn Bay still with the ball. Olapade can't get past Gavin Rothery. Good work from Rothery. Sends the ball into Lawler, who finds Brooksby. Brooksby goes for a run. Good tackle from Royal. Had to be a good one as well. He's on a yellow card. And it was a good challenge on Brooksby to take the ball away from him just as he was in full flight. And now Colwyn Bay come forward. It's with Royal. He takes a shot from distance. Stephen Dickinson watches that one. Collects. Sends it out towards Gavin Rothery, who's quickly closed down by Olapade and Anuru. And then it's picked up by Boschel. Into the feet of Tilson. And Guiseley just knocking the ball around the back as we head to the break. Tell you what, there's one more scoreline that's opened my eyes, and again it's an Oxford City one. And there's just a free kick going to be given to Guiseley because Mark Williams blocked the defender, but used his arm. And that is Oxford City now 3-1 up against Boston. So that's at half-time, heading towards half-time. And Leamington 2, Gloucester 0, Hyde 0, Hensford 1. So Hensford, of course, our next trip on Saturday. Leading at Hyde. It seems that everyone can beat Hyde, though, at the moment.
You've jinxed it. We'll lose to them now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, there's the half-time break. Started badly for the Lions. A free kick that Tom Buckley took in the first minute. Took a deflection off Wayne Brooksby. Found its way into the back of the net. Guiseley a goal down within the first minute. Responded well, though, Josh Wilson grabbing the equaliser on 6 minutes. But since then, it's after an explosive start, it's sort of faded away somewhat as a match. At the break here, it is Guiseley 1, Colwyn Bay 1.
Well, after the start that Colwyn Bay got, the fantastic start for them a minute in, it just looked like for Guiseley it was one of them. They really needed to get a goal as soon as they could, and it was a good time for them to get the goal with Josh Wilson. Good finish as well for him. And Wilson and Boys, good partnership developing there, but then the last 20 minutes it's just fizzled out a little bit. 1-1, it's a fair scoreline really at half-time, and for Guiseley though, they know that they've got 2 players they'll be facing who are booked, whether Sinclair decides to take them off, but Olapade is somebody who I feel like if Gavin Rothery really goes for him, runs at him, he might be susceptible to making a tackle, getting another yellow card, so that could be something Guiseley could maybe try and take advantage of. But all in all, it's been a very good game of football really, and 1-1 is a fair result at half-time.
For the second half, anything you would change, introduce to the side? What would you be telling them if you're in Mark Bauer's shoes?
I think Mark will be happy in terms of minus the first 5 minutes, really. Like, Guiseley have dominated possession for large parts, but, Guiseley will be, they know that Colwyn Bay can attack, and are very good on the counter-attack. They've done it every time I've seen them, Colwyn Bay. They're a good side attacking-wise, and they're good on the counter-attack as well. But really, I think Mark Barry, he'll keep the same 11 for the opening 15, 20 minutes, but when you've got the likes of Danny Forrest, Nicky Boschel, Ollie Johnson, they're good options on the bench to add a bit more of an attacking threat if needed.
Okay, just a quick rundown of the halftime scores from the Conference Premier and the Vanarama Conference North. So, of course, the Vanarama Conference, sorry, we want to do any sponsorship faux pas. Aldershot 0, Woking 0, Alfreton 1, Altrincham 0, Bristol Rovers 1, Wrexham 0, Chester 0, Torquay 0, Dartford 0, Eastleigh 2, Gateshead 3, Telford 1, Lincoln 1, Grimsby 1. That'll be an interesting encounter this evening, won't it? Macclesfield 0, Halifax 0, Nuneaton 0, Forest Green 0, Southport 1, Kidderminster 0, Welling 0, Braintree 1. So in the Vanarama Conference North, here are the half-time scores of the games in our division. Boston 1, Oxford City 3, Chorley 1, North Ferriby 0, Fylde 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1, Gainsborough 1, Tamworth 0. Obviously it's 1 each here between Guiseley and Colwyn Bay. Harrogate 1, Stalybridge 0, Hyde 0, Hensford 1, Leamington 2, Gloucester 0, and Worcester 1, Lowestoft 0. But by all accounts, Worcester down to 10 men in that game. So we're going to have a short break, and we'll be back for full second half commentary coming up shortly. See you then. Welcome back to Nethermoor Park for the second half of this game between Guiseley and Colwyn Bay. Referee's just got the two sides out onto the pitch. We were just hurriedly finishing our tea, and immediately Guiseley are on the offensive. Ryan Tulson forward, trying to get Josh Wilson away down the right flank. Does well, does Wilson. He's sent it infield here to Rothery and collected the return pass, but well cut out by Williams. Guiseley have made no changes at the break. There's only been one. Well, there has been a change so far, which is Rob Hopley has come on for the visitors in place of Ray. And the returning striker has looked sharp since he's returned to the first team for the visitors. Guiseley, meanwhile, have the ball with Toulson. Square here to Danny Ellis up towards the halfway line. Ellis sends it long to the left-hand side up towards Josh Wilson. Chests it down. Lays it back here to Ben Parker. Gavin Rothery and Parker combine in the middle of the park, but soon dispossessed. And Felipe Anjos comes away with the ball. Gives it towards Williams. Williams tries to send it in towards Anuru. Guiseley come away with it with Danny Boschel. Sends it over the back line. Boys looking to play off the shoulder. Gets away from the centre half, but is held up for a moment. Takes a shot towards goal. It blocks off Bembalita's arm, or it appears to. Not sure there was an awful lot he could have done about it. And in the end, it's sent upfield to clear. And now Colwyn Bay have the counter-attack on. Hopley's got clear of Lowe. Hopley into the area, goes down towards the touchline, gets a shot away. It was low and it was hard, but it was straight at Steve Dickinson, and it was a very difficult angle in the end. And Tom, well, it's been a bright start to the second half.
Yeah, good chance for both sides. Adam Boyes, you know, on another day, I think he wouldn't have had the shot, actually. He'd have taken a couple of touches. He had the time. Instead, he had a bit of a snapshot. But then Rob Hopley's looking for an option, and no Colwyn players in the area, so he has to have a shot himself.
Well, Brooksby now gets the ball into the penalty area. Forces the defender there, Bembalita, into a rather unconventional challenge. And he's just knocked the ball behind for a corner kick, but that could easily as well have gone into the back of the net.
Well, it's one of them at Vincent Kompany against Fulham. It reminded me of that, where it just flicked into the net. It looked like it could have there. It just goes over the bar.
Corner comes in up towards Danny Ellis at the back post. Ellis doesn't win the first header, does the second one, sends it back into the 6-yard box, cleared again, and eventually a good firm touch from Royal sends it up to the halfway line. Ryan Tulson just lets that one go out. Collects for the throw-in. Sends it back. If you're tuning in tonight, thank you very much. Just let us know that we're coming through loud and clear. I had a few Wi-Fi problems again tonight, so your feedback is vital. Hopefully we'll be able to pick you up on Twitter. Leamington 3, Gloucester 0, as the second half scorelines get underway. So that's a comprehensive restart for Leamington. Guiseley, meanwhile, still drawing here at home to Colwyn Bay, having had to come back from an early setback. They're now defending, but defending well, and force Colwyn Bay into an error, which allows them to recover the ball on the right-hand side. And at the moment, the Lions with the ball at the feet of Stephen Dickinson. Up towards Adam Boyes. Boyes knocks it down. Picked up here by Gavin Rothery. Has a little run at this back line. Takes a shot with the left foot from distance. Well held by Olashaw. On the edge of the 6-yard box. It was straight at him. He would have been disappointed had he not been able to prevent that going in towards the goal. But it was another good run from Gavin Rothery and a good drive.
And Adam Boyes was just running in towards that, so he puts Olashaw under a bit of pressure. Keeper does really well just to make sure, puts both hands on the ball, make sure he collects it, because if he didn't, Adam Boyes really has got a free goal.
Gavin Rothery now on the ball for Guiseley. Sends it out to the right-hand side. It's pulled over by Noon, but Tulson gets the ball across anyway into the area. Up towards Boyes, sends it down towards Josh Wilson. Can't get it. Rothery's up now on the edge of the D. Gets a shot away. Blocked again by... it's blocked by Royal this time and then sent upfield as Hopley takes over now, and Colwyn Bay look for the swift counter-attack. Parker beats Anuru in the running race once again and gets the... Can't see too many. Gives it into Lawler. Again, patient build-up from the Lions. Not able to find an opening in this well-organised Colwyn Bay defence. Parker steps up, gives it to Brooksby, goes forward, the full-back, sends it into the feet of Boys. Boys finds Lawler. Lawler slips as he tries to apply the pass. And in the end, Guiseley forced back to the halfway line, but have plenty of time on the ball. Had a possession for a long time until Danny Ellis tries to chip one over the back line. And the defensive line held well, didn't it? And it's forced the ball to go beyond them and out into touch for a throw-in. Yeah,
good defending there by Colwyn Bay, putting the Guiseley players under a lot of pressure. Just to point out, the referee has just had a word with Chris Noon, who pulled back Gavin Rothery really when the ball was nowhere near, and I think maybe just tempers a little bit of handbags rather than anything too serious. But maybe that's the way Colwyn Bay will, just try and get Guiseley angry, maybe get a few of their players angry, and it seems to be working in one sense. But also, whenever Colwyn Bay get forward, Rob Hopley, he looks such a good player, and he has come back from an injury, and it doesn't look like the injury's really affected him because he's looked dangerous whenever he gets on the ball.
Williams now, the captain for Colwyn Bay, bringing the ball forward, sends it square. Hopley not involved at the moment, but a good tackle comes in from Josh Wilson to take it away from Louis Moss. And it's picked up again here with Noon. Comes past two players, sends the ball down the left-hand flank. Unable to find the overlapping run of Louis Moss, and the ball goes out for a goal kick to Guiseley. We have got another couple of goals going in. Boston 2, Oxford City 3 now. So Oxford City, who are 3-1 up at the break, being pegged back by Boston United. The Pilgrims now closing that to 1 goal difference. And Fylde are 2-1 up against Bradford Park Avenue now. So Fylde 2, Avenue 1. Macclesfield 0, Halifax 1. Neil Aspin's men going absolutely great guns in the conference. Joint top. Leamington 3, Gloucester 1 as well. There's a goal back for Gloucester, the Tigers, who battered the Lions a couple of weeks ago now, on the wrong end of a couple of results themselves. Free kick comes in from Colwyn Bay from the halfway line, headed away by Guiseley, helped away by Ben Parker, up down that towards the left flank towards Wayne Brooksby, who chases and hassles Anjos, but is adjudged to have pulled at him. And Brooksby and Anjos have a little bit of a to-do after the ball goes, but it doesn't come to anything. And it's going to be a free kick anyway for Colwyn Bay.
Just a little bit of frustration there by Brooksy. He doesn't feel it's a free kick, and then something's said, and again, it's handbags really, rather than anything too serious. But it seems like there's going to be quite a bit of that during the second half, because there's already been 2 incidents, and we're only a couple of minutes in.
Throw-in goes back to Steve Dickinson. He sends it long, out into touch for a throw-in to Colwyn Bay. If you're just joining us, it's 1 each here at Nethermoor. We've had about 55 minutes gone in this game. The Lions went behind in the very first minute. A free kick that deflected off Wayne Brooksby's head and found its way past Steve Dickinson. And then just 5 minutes later, an equaliser from Josh Wilson got Guiseley back on level terms. Guiseley have had plenty of play, but haven't really offered much threat on the goal in recent passages of play. And just now go down the right-hand side, and rather frustratingly, just as it looked like Wayne Brooksby or Ryan Tilson actually was going to get the cross, it deflected back off the defender and then back off Tilson himself and out for a goal kick.
It just looked like Guiseley were going to get a corner there, but just on the line, you could just see it clip off Tilson's foot, go out for a goal kick, and good defending there by Colwyn Bay. But, looking at that score at Halifax, it does give Guiseley heart when you think a couple of years ago Halifax were in this division, how well they're doing, and obviously it could have been Guiseley if results had gone different at Nethermoor.
Got to get up first.
Yeah.
That seems to be the problem. Surviving that last minute of extra time seems to be the problem, doesn't it? Dear, oh dear. Don't remind me.
Don't remind me.
Guys are now having to do a bit of defending. Colwyn Bay pressed the ball forward up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Good clearance at, for a second, looked like Josh Wilson was going to get clear of that back line. Goes beyond him and all the way back to the goalkeeper. You're absolutely right, though. Halifax have gone absolutely great guns in the first 2 campaigns. You thought they might have suffered a second season syndrome, but certainly doesn't seem to be the case thus far. Danny Lowe and Danny Boschel combining well. Ryan Toulson and Boschel just playing the ball about the back line at the moment. And Guiseley being pressed on that back line by Onuru. Onuru is chasing absolutely everything. Dickinson gives it the no-nonsense clearance upfield eventually. Headed away. Colwyn Bay recover possession with Buckley. And eventually they almost lose possession in the park, but good work from Moss to keep the ball live. And Guiseley see the ball go back to Ollershaw, sorry. The clearance from the goalkeeper up towards Danny Ellis's head. And then Gavin Rothery tries to dink the ball over the back line, but it overhits it. Sends it back to Ollershaw. Despite our possession, we haven't really created chances, have we? I'm thinking of shots on goal. I'm thinking of real chances that the goalkeeper's been tested.
Yeah, I think that you can argue that Colwyn Bay have had the best chance of the second half with Rob Hopley's shot. But, I mean, guys, they've had a lot of possession, but not really done much with it. Getting to that final third always seems like the pass breaks down. And Colwyn Bay, they've got four defenders who aren't moving. They're in a line, and guys are going to have to try and break past that to get a goal. Because Colwyn Bay now, it looks like they'd be willing to take the point. It'd be a very good point for them away from home. And really now it's all about guys trying to break, but also without, being susceptible to conceding a goal as well, with the likes of Rob Hopley getting forward.
In good shape again from Colwyn Bay. Guys on the ball, but just unable to find a way through. 2 banks of 4 that are rigid and not giving way at all. Guys, just win a free kick in front of the dugout there. Hopley as yet is the only substitute to have come into the game. Mind you wouldn't expect more really, as we just about head to the hour mark. No doubt we will see 1 or 2 more though. Guys, you have a free kick on the left-hand side, right up by the halfway line. It goes long up towards Danny Ellis. Falls kindly here for Josh Wilson on the edge of the 18-yard box, but 2 players swiftly round him, stop him from going any further. Wilson collects it back from Toulson, gets the ball into the area, finds all the way through to Danny Ellis, who wasn't expecting it. On the edge of the 6-yard box, couldn't really control it, bounced it down on his chest, and by the time he had it down on his chest, the opportunity was gone. Now Williams comes forward as Colwyn Bay looks to launch one of those swift counter-attacking movements. And Onuru unable to get on the end of Williams' pass. Guiseley recover possession and send it forward up towards Adam Boys. Boys battling 3 defenders, can't win that battle. But Guiseley retain possession with the second phase now with Boschel. Boschel goes in for a tackle with Noon. It was a bit of a 50-50 ball. Both could have won it. Referee's given the free kick to Noon, but it was a bit of a heart-and-mouth moment, because if he'd seen that the other way, Boschel's already on a yellow card. That could have been one of those moments of controversy. Referee did have a word with Danny Boschel as he went back. And now Rob Hopley's on the ball for Colwyn Bay, on the right flank this time. He's got 2 bodies in the area to aim for. Takes the cross, it's blocked, and Colwyn Bay win what I think is their first corner of this second half.
Yes, it is. And, well, they've got a couple of big guys in there. And, well, they're bringing 9 men into the area by look of it. Well, 8 men in the crosser side, 9 men in an attacking position. And, they're going to go for it. These are the chances at Colwyn Bay. They like to get men forward and try and make something out of them.
So the corner to come in from this right-hand side. Whipped in, up towards the back post, up towards Williams. Williams does get ahead, keeps it in play. No, he doesn't actually. The flag goes up on the far side. And as the flag went up, it went right across the face of the corner taker, Buckley. Guiseley have a goal kick. For a moment, though, that looked a little bit nerve-wracking, didn't it? The way the ball curled in towards the back post there. Yeah,
and it seemed like Colwyn Bay had a plan there, because they had 3 men running onto that ball as well, and only 2 Guiseley players trying to defend in that area. So it just seems like that's something Frank Sinclair's worked on, and they could have got something out of it if it hadn't have gone out of play.
Flick on from the goal kick. Almost fell kindly for Boys. Well defended again. This time by Anjos. Picked up now again by Brooksby on the right-hand side. Takes a drive from distance. And it looks like Guiseley will be making a change. It looks to me as if it's Ollie Johnson who's going to be heading onto the field. And it's Gavin Rothery who is making way. So don't know whether Gavin Rothery maybe has a knock or is fatigued or something. I'm surprised at that because, if anything, I think Gavin Rothery has been one of the real industrious, brighter aspects of that midfield, attacking midfield. And Ollie Johnson comes in his place. Perhaps he's just got a niggle. What do you make of that, Tom?
Yeah, it's another one. There's no clear sign that there is anything wrong. Gavin Rothery's had a very good game. Been causing problems for Colwyn Bay. Now
Colwyn Bay have just robbed Guiseley in the back line and now coming towards the back line. It's brilliant work from Williams. Williams takes a shot. It's blocked on the goal line. Brilliant work from Stephen Dickinson to claim it. As the rebound fell towards Williams, he couldn't control. And then Guiseley eventually get away with one, but they've actually cleared it off the line. Ryan Toulson it was. A real opportunity for Colwyn Bay to snatch the lead there.
Well, how has that not gone in? Because Williams, it just looked like he was just going to tap it in, and he seems to just catch it rather than fully go for it, because if he had, Toulson would have no chance instead. Not too much power on it. Toulson's able to clear, and then eventually Dickinson gets a hand on it and is able to save. But wow, it just shows you that is what Colwyn Bay can do. It's a counter-attack, and within a couple of kicks of the ball, they've gone from defending to having a fantastic chance to take the lead.
Noon now with the ball on the right-hand side. This time it's cut out and goes behind. Oh, sorry, it's an offside flag goes up, so on the far side. Guiseley can breathe for a moment or two. But that was very uncomfortable, it has to be said, to see Williams just be able to get through that back line. And it all came from Ben Parker actually losing possession in left back there. And then Williams just went on a run across the touchline. His drive beat Dickinson, but was cleared on the line by Toulson. Now Guiseley come forward looking to get Wilson into play. Wilson robs Benbalita in the area, sends it square. A shot comes in from Boys. The shot goes straight at the goalkeeper. Held. Great work from Josh Wilson. Boys holds his head in his hands. He's disappointed with that. And Guiseley have perhaps their best chance of the second half to get the lead.
Yeah, snapshot shot there by Boys. Does really well. Wilson does fantastic to find him as well. And it's just one of them. If he aims it at either side, he's going to make the keeper work. He aims it straight at him. Quite an easy save for the keeper in the end.
Guiseley now with Ollie Johnson on the ball in the halfway line. Josh Wilson lays it back. He's playing out on the right flank almost at the moment of that three. Ball goes forward up towards Danny Ellis. Ellis takes it away from Anuru. And Ellis and Toulson do get it away, but only as far as Royal. Royal sends it into the area. There's a flag against Hopley anyway. Guiseley have the ball at the feet of Steve Dickinson and will just continue play. This game looks like it's just opening up. That there's a couple of chances in that last 5 minutes there. You would think that if there's going to be another goal in this game, this is one of the spells where it could happen. Colwyn Bay taking the ball off Ollie Johnson. As Guiseley press, but Colwyn Bay themselves looking to send it long, looking to get Anuru into the game. Ollie Johnson now steps across and wins the ball in the 6-yard in centre circle. Sends it out to the left-hand side. Brooksby runs through two players. They don't let him go any further, and the tackle comes in from Hopley, I think it was, and it's out for a Guiseley throw. Ben Parker with the throw from left back. It looks like it's about level with the penalty spot on that left-hand side. Is it back here to Brooksby? Parker now with the attempted cross that's blocked. And Guiseley win another throw down there. Throw's taken short to Brooksby, who whips this ball in towards the back post, headed away. Now is a chance for Williams to counter-attack and start the counter-attack going. It's up here now towards Buckley. Buckley urged on by the visiting fans. He's got Anuru ahead of him. Buckley twists and turns and gets the ball actually out to the left-hand side where Moss comes forward. Moss gets the ball across the face of the 6-yard box. Claimed well by Stephen Dickinson and then sent up here to Josh Wilson. Wilson now on the ball into the feet of Adam Boys. Boys is tackled from behind there from Anjos, claims a free kick. Referee just allows play to continue and Boys now breaks away from Anjos, gets into the area. He's beaten Benbalita, but Benbalita sticks to his task and Boys gave them no let up, no rest whatsoever before eventually Colwyn Bay clear their lines, but that again was just one of those moments where it was just a fraction from getting the touch beyond the centre half and having a clear run at goal.
Oh yeah, fantastic play there by Ollie Johnson to find that pass, finds Adam Boys, and the work that Boys is putting into just trying to get the ball. It's fantastic play by him. Just getting a little bit unlucky there, couldn't get the ball in the end, but just Ollie Johnson is come on, he's offering something just a little bit different. And again, maybe he's more of a physical presence than Gavin Rothery is, and that's something the Colwyn Bay defence maybe don't like.
Williams now on the ball. Gives it to Noon. Noon threads it towards Hopley, cut out well again by the Lions. Noon gets the second phase, plays it down the right-hand side, out into touch. Well, I don't know if somebody's having a joke with the scorelines this evening. Macclesfield 1, Halifax 1. That's not a surprise, necessarily. Worcester 2, Lowestoft 0. Boston 2, Oxford City 6. So I don't know what's going on again with Oxford City.
Reclaiming that goal difference from Saturday.
Conceded 8 on Saturday, scoring 6 away at Boston on the Tuesday. Bizarre. They come to us a week on Saturday. Let's hope they're in the form they were against Fylde and not against Boston when they play here. Danny Boschel on the ball, gives it to Danny Ellis. Ollie Johnson in some space, doesn't control the first ball, but it falls kindly for Wayne Brooksby, now on the left-hand side. Starts to run, Hopley defending now, threads the ball through nicely to Ollie Johnson. Johnson across the face of the 6-yard box in the position where nobody was. And in the end, it's a chance for Colwyn Bay to clear. Good work from Toulson to stop the clearance going any further, than a heavy challenge comes in by Adam Boys and concedes a free kick for Colwyn Bay.
Ollie Johnson there, it's just one of them. He goes near post, he finds Boys, he goes far post, he finds Josh Wilson. In the end, he decides to do neither and he just aims it really in the centre, but there's no one there. It's a bit of a wasted opportunity, that.
A bit like that effort that England had last night against Switzerland, wasn't it? Was it Welbeck who played the ball across the face towards Sterling?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Fell in between the two players. And there the comparisons end. The ball goes back to Josh Ollershaw. The Colwyn Bay goalkeeper has time to send it forward, but it's well recovered by Ben Parker up to the halfway line. When Brooksby not finding any space to run into this evening, finding that he's closed down quickly. Colwyn Bay have marked him out as a threat every time he's on the ball. Noon sends it forward as they look to sniff out another opportunity. Had the best of the second half, it has to be said. Guiseley have lived by their nerves on one occasion when Matt Williams managed to have an effort cleared off the line by Ryan Toulson. Toulson now on the ball. Square to Jake Lawler. Lawler can't thread the ball any further forward, so cuts left. Gives it to Danny Boschel. Boschel looking for options to his left. And this time it's Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby cuts in field this time. Crosses towards the back post. That'll be easy for Moss to clear. Well won back by Toulson. Picked up by Boyce. Tries to send it in towards Ollie Johnson. Cut out, and Mark Williams is intercepted well by Danny Boschel. Anticipated that brilliantly. Boschel now to the right to Toulson. Toulson, if he can cross this, he's got 3 to aim for. Gets the cross in towards Boys. Boys with an acrobatic effort. It's a bit of a bicycle kick with the ball going behind him. And in the end, it's gone tamely wide. Perhaps a better ball from Toulson then. We might have had more of an end product.
Yeah, I think it's one of them where Adam Boys, he sees a ball which is going quite a bit away from him. He has to improvise, and that attempted overhead kick, it didn't really pay off and it goes out of play. But again, if the ball's aimed right at him, You know, he can get such a good head on the ball. It would have been a very good chance for guys.
Ollie Johnson now has just broken past 2 players, gets a shot away with the right foot from the edge of the area. Well held by Olashaw, wasn't the firmest of strikes. A swift counter-attack there from the goalkeeper's clearance, and Ollie Johnson almost getting a sight of goal that could have given Guiseley the lead, but in the end the finish wasn't firm enough, and the save was all too easy for the keeper.
Well, he's placed it right. He's placed it in the right position, right in the corner of the net, but the goalkeeper is able to save it because there's just not too much power on it. If he'd really hit that full force, I don't think the keeper's got a chance, and it's 2-1 Guiseley. Instead, it's quite a routine save for the keeper. Right, he's able to position his body because he sees it coming, and it's an easy save for him.
Colwyn Bay in possession now again from the clearance from Dickinson. Picked up well, and there's a good run towards goal here. Played out towards Moss. Moss has Hopley in the area to aim for. Up towards Anuru. Anuru is beaten to it in the air. Ollie Johnson takes the ball from the second phase and starts a counter-attack now for Guiseley. Plays a poor one behind Brooksby. Brooksby has to recover the ball by going backwards. It looks to be bundled over, and Guiseley win the free kick. And it was Olapade who went in for the challenge with Brooksby. And the home crowd feel that that was a decision that took some time to finally get.
Yeah, and Frank Sinclair is not happy. He's shouting at the referee, "You have got this one wrong." I think it won't be the last we hear of him tonight.
Now Guiseley take it short, send it long in the end towards the edge of the area after the kick is played short to Ben Parker, but it's rather aimless and easily cleared by the visitors. Dickinson, he's got 3 men forward to aim for, up towards Ollie Johnson, cleared by Felipe Anjos, headed forward, and then eventually Colwyn Bay make a better job of the clearance and send it all the way back into Guiseley's territory. Looks like they're going to make another change. The subs bench seems to have a little bit of activity. If you're just joining us, it's still 1 each between these two sides, Colwyn Bay and Guiseley. Guiseley now with a sniff of an opportunity there for Danny Boschel, but he just couldn't get his head onto the ball that was on the edge of the D, and then Guiseley get a free kick on the edge of the centre circle after a push on Danny Lowe by Anuru. And it looks like Colwyn Bay will want to make the substitute before the free kick is taken. And it looks like it's the end of Tom Buckley's evening. Just wait to see who is due to come on. Is that Prince Hayward? Prince Hayward, yeah.
Yeah, Buckley's had a good game for Colwyn Bay. He got the assist for their goal, with it being credited to Brooksby as an own goal, but he put himself about throughout the whole match. Good range of passing as well, and Prince Hayward, he offers something a bit similar, but he has got a lot of pace as well, and obviously with a couple of the Guiseley players, you know, tired limbs, it means that maybe he'll be able to take advantage.
Free kick's taken, it's towards the edge of the area, headed away again. Picked up again by Josh Wilson. To the halfway line, Ryan Toulson sends it in towards Danny Boschel. Boschel's rather robustly tackled by Williams. It's fair, and now the ball goes forward up towards Anuru, but over him and easily into the hands of Dickinson. It's Leamington 4, Gloucester City 1 as well this evening. So Leamington having a fine evening, Gloucester having another miserable one. Now the flick on from Steve Dickinson's clearance for a moment looked like it might have just let Ollie Johnson in. Rather than that, it's gone back to the goalkeeper, who immediately takes a clearance downfield and sends it up towards Anuru, and it's beyond him, back with the goalkeeper. Now Guiseley come down this left-hand side. Brooksby from the clearance goes towards the byline, goes past the defender, in towards the penalty area, can't get the touch that'll take it past. The clearance takes a deflection off Brooksby, and in the end it's a Colwyn Bay throw-in in their right-back position. Rather disappointing end to that, what looked like quite a promising moment there for Guiseley.
Well, yeah, the moment Brooksby dropped his shoulder, it just looked like he was going to run into the area, maybe get a pass in and try and find someone, but it takes a deflection, and I think there's a shoelace being tied at the moment, which is to much of the annoyance of the Guiseley fans.
Yeah, I think we might be just settling for a draw here, Colwyn Bay. Olapade have just taken a rather slow time to do his shoelaces, takes the throw, sends it forward. It's immediately returned. Ollie Johnson can't get on the back of it. Colwyn Bay certainly sitting deep here, but guys, he just can't break them down at the moment. Brooksby, though, skips past 2, gets the ball into the area, up towards Josh Wilson. Good headed clearance from Moss. Brilliant work from the full-back to take the ball away from Josh Wilson, who attacked the ball well. And then Moss gets it again and starts to build up a counter-attack for Colwyn Bay. Anuru now on the ball on the left-hand side. Tackle from Ollie Johnson comes in. It's a rather clumsy one. And the free kick goes to Colwyn Bay. About level with the centre circle on the left-hand side. And the referee decides that's a yellow card for Ollie Johnson. Not sure I agree with that one, to be fair.
Well, I think you just think it's his first tackle, really. You know, there's no malice in it at all. He just caught him and there's no damage done either. So a bit surprising that he's given a yellow card there.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a soft one. And now is a chance for Jonathan Royal. It was definitely a free kick. Can't be any complaint about that. Royal now with the free kick. Sends it in towards the penalty spot. Dickinson watches it, claims it well. Danger passes. Dickinson immediately looking to play the ball long. Sends it up towards Josh Wilson. Headed away by Moss. Picked up here by Adam Boys. And guys, he recovered possession. Now Josh Wilson on that right flank, looking for options. Sends it infield towards Danny Boschel. Boschel out to the right-hand side. Ryan Toulson crosses infield. Cleared from the edge of the 6-yard box with Adam Boys waiting behind. And immediately there's a chance here for Colwyn Bay to counter-attack, but Danny Ellis does well to hold up Rob Hopley. And Colwyn Bay come forward again. Chris Noon over the halfway line. Noon looking for options. Can't thread them towards the right flank where they're looking to press, but they do eventually work it centrally towards Rob Hopley. Hopley lays it back. Noon chips it out to the left-hand side. Moss collects. Comes forward, the fullback gets the ball into the area. An attempted header on Danny Ellis comes in from Williams. Williams connects, claims there was a corner, a last touch off Danny Ellis, but it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Good play there by Colwyn Bay, and well, it ends up with Mark Williams having that header. I actually do think it just took a little nick off Danny Ellis as he was jumping into it, so I can tell why they're a bit aggrieved not getting that corner, but again, although they are defending really well, Colwyn Bay, they still offer a threat going forward, and it's something guys are going to have to be wary of.
Guys are now struggling to get the ball back under control from the clearance, and it's fallen for Williams. Williams sends it long up towards Anuru. Anuru chasing well with Ryan Toulson. Anuru beats him. He's got Hopley if he can find him. Lays it into Hopley. Hopley's now surrounded by 2 players. Can't get the shot away immediately, so holds on to the ball. Plays it into Moss. Moss gets the cross in. It's a poor one. Steve Dickinson just looked a little bit unsure of the flight of the ball for a second, but claims it well and takes it to ground. And Guiseley now have to build and make sure they're just not sloppy in the possession, because this side just look very much like they're looking to get the bit between the teeth, and no sooner they say that, Guiseley are sloppy in possession. And once again, Colwyn Bay come forward this time. Alapati, he's well tackled by Ben Parker. Good block from the Guiseley captain. Picked up now by Jake Lawler on the halfway line. And again, Guiseley sloppy in possession. Give it back here. And Prince Hayward has given the ball back. And now Guiseley have a counter-attack chance. And Adam Boys tried to pick up a loose pass back to the goalkeeper. But the goalkeeper, Josh Ollershaw, did just enough to prevent the Guiseley man getting any connection on the ball. Now this game just seems a little bit more stretched. Moss for Colwyn Bay down the left flank. As Ryan Toulson ahead of him, sends it down towards Chris Noon. Noon keeps it in play, up against Ollie Johnson. Johnson gets a touch. Colwyn Bay win a throw-in. Dangerous moments, these.
Well, definitely, and they've got to be on guard, guys, because Colwyn Bay, they've created chances and they've made Stephen Dickinson work not that long ago. So, again, they're getting quite a few men forward as well. So, this is a big chance for Colwyn Bay.
Throwing comes in. Williams can't get past the defender. Ollie Johnson heads the ball out. Again, Colwyn Bay have the throw. Just 10 minutes to go. 1 each. Both goals coming within the first 6 minutes. The clearest chance has perhaps fallen to Colwyn Bay in the second half. Now they've got another chance here with Williams inside the penalty area, runs across the back line, lays it out towards Olaparty. The shot comes in. Great save from Steve Dickinson to just palm that one past the upright. And it is another corner this time. Colwyn Bay have a even better set-piece opportunity to press, and just in these last few minutes it's been all about the visitors.
Yeah, they've upped their attacking play over the last few minutes, and just there, a very good save by Stephen Dickinson, because he has to get it out of play for a corner because there's so many players in the area. If he'd have pushed it out, it'd been a goal.
Corner comes in up towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away well by Danny Ellis, only as far as the kicker, which is Royal. Royal looks for options ahead of him, curls it there again in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Dickinson just flaps at it, gets a palm on it. I wanted to say drench, but it's Steve Dickinson at the moment. And in the end, Guiseley force it up to the halfway line. Looks like there'll be another Guiseley change coming on. In the meantime, Guiseley have conceded possession again, tamely to Mark Williams. Ball out to the left-hand side here. And Louis Moss has oceans of space to run into and get the cross in. Goes up towards the back post. Olaparty gets it down. And eventually it's picked up by Jake Lawler. And he's tackled by Williams. And Guiseley have a free kick and a respite, and perhaps a chance for this change to be taken. And it looks like, is that Andy Holdsworth who's coming on?
It's
Danny Forrest. Danny Forrest. So Josh Wilson will make way. And Danny Forrest will come on. And Josh Wilson's had a good return here, hasn't he, to Nethermoor?
Good return, and also been playing in a couple of positions as well. And Danny Forrest now will be on the wing. Him and Brooksby will be the two wingers for the last few minutes and trying to offer some pace going forward.
The clearance is headed away. Guys, pick it up here with Boschel. Boschel out to the right-hand side. Brooksby has a run in field. Cuts in, has a shot towards goal. It's always just rising beyond the upright and the crossbar. But it was a well-struck effort from Wayne Brooksby. And good effort from Wayne Brooksby.
Yeah, fantastic effort by Brooksby, because you just see it opening up for him, and very good first touch, and it was just always rising, going above the bar in the end, but you can't blame him for having that effort.
429 here tonight. Guiseley recover the ball inside their own left-back position. Boston United 2, Oxford City 7.
Are they going to get 8?
How many teams concede 8 and then score 7 on the Tuesday?
It's incredible. It really is incredible.
Concede 8 at home and then score 7 away. Now, Guiseley have a free kick. There's a little push on Boschel, gives Guiseley on Boys rather, gives Guiseley a chance to have a set piece here. A free kick. It's about level with the edge of the centre circle inside the Colwyn Bay half. Guiseley now playing late in the game. If they're going to snatch the win here, they're going to do it late on. 7 minutes to go in this match. They've got plenty of bodies in the area. Colwyn Bay organising themselves once again up towards Jake Lawler. Goalkeeper Olashaw comes a long way out, punches, and a long way towards Anuru, and Anuru chases down the left-hand flank. Guiseley having to recover. Anuru slips. Danny Lowe can't quite escape the attentions of him. Gives the ball back towards Tilson. And in the end, Guiseley give the ball away to Williams. Williams' drive goes wide. It wasn't the best piece of defending or the best piece of attacking play in that little passage.
Real wasted opportunity there for Colwyn Bay, because they had 4 men running towards the penalty area, and really it's quite a selfish effort in the end. Really tight angle, having a shot, never going to be on target when there's so many options that you could pass to who were in better places.
Free goal kicks taken. Guiseley recover the ball in the halfway line. Now it's picked up by Williams. Williams has threaded the ball through towards Hopley. Hopley's offside. It was a fairly marginal decision. The visiting fans complain. No complaint really from Hopley. But Guiseley, for a minute, looked like they were going to be completely caught napping. Instead, it's a free kick, and the ball goes forward. And this time, Anuru's Olaparty slips. And Guiseley win a corner. And it looked like it was a good tackle that came in from Anjos, but it might have come off Boys, but in the end the referee said no, it came off Anjos, and it's actually a Guiseley corner. And late in the day, this would be the perfect time to get the set piece.
Yeah, it would, and great play by Adam Boyes yet again. He just doesn't give in, and I'm not sure what the referee's blowing for. I think he wants to have a word with a couple of the players, but Adam Boyes, you know what, I'd say this, he deserves a goal just for the hard work he's put in today. Never given up, and here's a good chance.
4 minutes left, one each. Guiseley with the corner, whipped in towards the back post, goes up for the header towards Danny Ellis. Can't direct it, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Ellis looks frustrated with himself. Guiseley will be frustrated with this whole half. They've had plenty of possession for long spells, but haven't created too many direct chances. Whereas Colwyn Bay have had more of counter-attacking play. And they've created 2 or 3 clearer chances. And it still hangs in the balance, this game. Wayne Brooksby on the ball for the Lions on the right-hand side. Danny Boschel passes the ball out of play, thinks that Ryan Toulson is to his right, just concedes possession. It all sums up Guiseley's last 10 minutes or so, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Danny Boschel, he doesn't look up. He's expecting the run from Toulson. Toulson's never actually making that run, and it just harmlessly out of play. And you know, this is what Colwyn Bay will be loving that, because Guiseley, they're trying to get forward, but they keep giving the ball away.
Looks a little bit like we might have run out of steam today. That's a lovely ball from Danny Boschel, though, to the left-hand side. Gives Danny Forrest a chance to have a run at this back line. Quickly, Colwyn Bay resume their shape and their position and their depth. The ball's out towards Ben Parker. He finds Ollie Johnson well, but Ollie Johnson's got loads of players around him. Out to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby drills this one across. Blocked on the edge of the 6-yard box and cleared. Ryan Toulson tries to recover. Leaves it for Danny Ellis. Danny Ellis tries to send it back to the goal area. Rather swings a foot at it and sends it out into touch. Gainsborough 1, Tamworth 1. Gainsborough had led in that game, so Tamworth levelling scores late on there. They've had a woeful start to the season as well. Tamworth come to Nethermoor. First game in October, I think, on October the 4th. Guiseley head clear with Danny Ellis, sends it up towards Danny Forrest. Good header from Brooksby, up towards Ollie Johnson. And now a chance here for Mark Williams to counter-attack. Sends the ball out to the right-hand side, but it's well cut out by Ben Parker. Parker gives it square to Danny Ellis. Hayward was surging down the right-hand side. Parker had to be alive to it. Danny Boschel now on the ball. Comes over the halfway line. Gives it to Jake Lawler. Ollie Johnson. Back to Danny Lowe. They're being urged to attack and be more direct in the play, but there's few options really for Guiseley, and eventually when they do, try to thread it out to the wings. Colwyn Bay cut out. It's been a very solid defensive performance from the home side. The visitors, rather. Danny Boschel on the ball now. Can't thread it through, so it goes back here to Lowe. Lowe sends a ball forward in towards Boyes. Boyes just gets past the goalkeeper. Can he finish this one? He can't. It shoots just right across the face of goal from a very difficult angle. In the end, his blushes are spared by the offside flag. Not that really there are blushes, because he did well to anticipate the ball through. Went past the goalkeeper, but just couldn't apply an finish in any way. In either case, it wouldn't have counted. That was a great chance, wasn't it, Tom?
Fantastic chance, and Adam Boyes, he rounds the goalkeeper. You're just thinking he's just going to have the shot. In all fairness, the flag's up quite quickly, so, but just agonisingly wide. And although it wouldn't have counted because the flag was up, but well, it looked like that was the moment. It really did.
Yeah, we're getting a bit nervous, I think, up here in this in the press box here. Half a minute to go. Still one each. Another home game in which Guiseley will go without victory by the looks of it. This will be their third without win. They haven't yet to concede on the road. 1-3 and drawn 1, but at home it's not been such a great record. There'll be 3 added minutes as we head to the 90, so we'll be starting those 3 with Colwyn Bay on the attack, but they'll be held up by the flag. Anuru just caught offside. And now Danny Boschel collects the ball, sends it out to the left-hand side where Danny Forrest can take it down. He's held up by Hayward. But Forrest goes back to the left and gives it to Parker. Parker's cross straight to Louis Moss. Moss into the feet of Williams. Williams, long ball forward. Nodded down by Ben Parker. Picked up by Danny Boschel. And collected here by Stephen Dickinson. Dickinson now out of his area, looking to send this one long. And it's up towards Danny Forrest. Forrest chests it down, sends it back into the feet of Ben Parker. Parker long, up towards Adam Boys. Boys tries to nod it down, cleared by Moss. Guisey now attempt to recover. Danny Forrest, a rather clumsy challenge. And, well, Olapardi goes down, no doubt milking it for every second it's worth. And surely Danny Forrest isn't getting booked for that. It was a rather clumsy challenge, but it's not a booking in a million years.
No, I just think, you know, he booked Ollie Johnson for something that you'd put in that category really soft, but I think the moment he books Ollie Johnson, it seems like he's got to book Forrest. So just to be consistent, but then he's been consistently wrong for both. So it's one of them, and I mean, Olapardi has gone down, wasted a couple of seconds as well in the process. He's now back up, but, you know, it's also one of them that Forrest just didn't need to do because he knew that that's what's going to happen.
Free kicks taken. Colwyn Bay come down the right-hand side. Hayward's looking for it. Substitute's been a real thorn in Guisey's side since he's come on. Throw-in it will be for the visitors, level with the penalty spot. As this game looks to be heading to a draw, unless Colwyn Bay perhaps might do something here in the final minutes of this added time. Takes some time for the ball to recover. The throw-in eventually taken, and the referee has to hold it because the ball that originally went out has now been returned and is on the field at the same time. So this throw-in seems to be taking an interminable time to get underway. Real lack of urgency here to get this game back underway from Colwyn Bay. They're clearly quite happy with the scoreline as it is. Guisey much less so, but they might yet have a sting in the tail here. Williams with the ball down in the corner flag, just holding it up there. Looking for options, still one each here. A throw-in for Colwyn Bay. By my reckoning, we've had the 3 minutes. So it's just whatever the referee wants to add for whatever stoppages have occurred in those 3 minutes. And there have been a few. Hopley inside the area.
I think this is the last chance.
Can't really control it. Gives it to Dickinson. Thrown out here. Brooksby's napping. And Dickinson threw it out well towards Brooksby, but Brooksby was utterly asleep and didn't realise the ball was coming over his shoulder. And in a way, that sort of sums up this evening. It's been it's not been a classic. It was a game that burst into life in the first 6 minutes. Buckley's free kick took a deflection off Brooksby, went into the back of the net, missighted Steve Dickinson. Colwyn Bay had a lead within a minute, but Josh Wilson equalised just 5 minutes later. After that, both sides have had chances. The best perhaps fell to Colwyn Bay, a great save off the line from Ryan Tulson after Mark Williams had broken clear, got into the area and rounded the goalkeeper. But other than that, both sides huffed and puffed, and Colwyn Bay will be happy with the point. Guys will be rather frustrated that their possession didn't lead to more opportunities on goal. As the game came to a conclusion, it finished here. Guisey won, Colwyn Bay won. And just what your final thoughts on that game, Tom?
Well, I think it's one of them where Guisey will be frustrated that they haven't been able to capitalise on the possession they've had. I think for Colwyn Bay, it's a long journey back now for them, so they'll be glad with that point. It's a good point for them, and you know, it was such an energetic start by both sides during the first half, and it really just seemed to get to a point that last couple of minutes where both sides, it felt like guys just knew that they were going to get the point, and for Colwyn Bay, it's a well-earned point for them. It's disappointing for guys in one respect, but in another way, at least they haven't lost. This time it's a point, but it does feel like 2 points dropped for the Lions.
Yeah, I don't think that will have been on the list of requirements for Mark Bauer from this evening, a point, but nonetheless, guys, he have recovered well from that early setback, but not done enough to earn more than a point this evening. Let's just quickly go down the conference, Vanarama conference games. Aldershot 0, Woking 1, Alfreton 1, Altrincham 1. Not necessarily full times yet here, but in the last throes of their games. Bristol Rovers 1, Wrexham 0, Chester 0, Torquay 2, Dartford 2, Eastleigh 2, Macclesfield and Halifax 1-1, Southport 1, Kidderminster 0, Welling 2, Braintree 1. And in the Vanarama Conference North, Boston 2, Oxford City 7. Chorley 1, North Ferriby 0. Gainsborough 1, Tamworth 1. Here it was Guiseley 1, Colwyn Bay 1. Harrogate 1, Stalybridge 0. So vital 3 points for Harrogate, who'd been struggling so badly this season. Hyde 0, Hensford 1. And Worcester City 2, Lowestoft 0. Hope you've enjoyed it this afternoon, this evening even. Shame we could have brought you 3 points, but one's better than none. And that's been a better return than recently at Nethermoor. We'll be back on Saturday with the long trip down to Hensford, and we hope we will see you there, or at least join us on air. See you then.